Hello, I'm Laura. It's Thursday, December 18th, 2025, and these are today's Heartlines. Our theme for Heartlines this week, to go with the third week of Advent, is love. And today we are taking that love to a particularly deep place of reflection and contemplation in honor of the fourth day of Hanukkah, and also just in honor of the love that is our very nature, that is being renewed and reborn in and through us this season. And one of the places I like to spend time reflecting and contemplating is in front of a fireplace. Occasionally, I'll light a fire in the fireplace in my living room, or I'll turn a fireplace on the television and just watch that wood crackle. And as I see that light, you can almost feel the warmth even coming from the television. And that's because we have an inner imagination that can make things so real for us. And so our author in today's book, With Love at Christmas, Reverend Claudia Olmos, invites us to go to our inner fireplace. We don't need a television and we don't need a real fireplace to do so. We can just go within. She says, when we think of Christmas, we often imagine a lit fireplace where we can sit and contemplate the dancing flames. Then she invites us to close our eyes and travel within, to sit in front of an inner fireplace where a fire of love glows when we remember the birth of Jesus, or when we remember something special and inspirational that comes to our hearts this season. And why remember such a place? Why go to such a place within? Because life can be a challenge for many of us. It can be a challenge when we see the tragic events that are unfolding in the news, or we may even be faced with some financial challenges. In fact, when we look at our headlines, we can see that there's a particular financial challenge coming up here in the United States for many people as the Affordable Care Act runs out at the end of the year, and our Congress has not found a way forward to either extend that act or to replace it with a new one. This means that for 22 million people here in the United States, healthcare is going to get more expensive by doubling the cost, or even more than doubling the cost. And so people are going to be struggling financially. And what do you do when you are faced with such a struggle? Well, one of my favorite Unity authors, Eric Butterworth, in one of my favorite books, this is an older version of it, Spiritual Economics, says, you can begin to do something about your financial position in life by reshaping your attitudes about yourself, about money in general, and about your work or investments as the source of your money in particular. So if you are feeling a bit of a financial pinch this season, you can start to reshape your attitudes, like throwing a log on the fire, because a fire transforms those logs into energy. And the fire that is in you, the fire of love that is in you, can transform your inner blocks into the divine energy of love and new ideas for making the connections, for expanding your ways of thinking that are necessary to finding new resources and new ways forward. So whatever your challenge, be it financial or in your relationships, or just the challenge you feel when you see the headlines on the news and you wonder, what can you do about it? you can throw your log of limitation on the fire and watch it transform into love and into new ideas. And we're going to start doing that right now by taking a deep breath and closing our eyes and focusing on this thought. In the warmth and light of love, I live each day with confidence and courage. In the warmth and light of love, I live each day with confidence and courage. And so it is. To live each day with confidence and courage is to keep on keeping on in the face of whatever difficulty may come along in life, be it financial or otherwise. It is such difficulties that can transform through our transformed way of thinking about ourselves and about our resources in life. As Reverend Claudia says, the flame of unconditional love burns in the Christmas fireplace to transform our limited thinking and whatever it is that faces us as a challenge. So I invite you to go to your inner fireplace this day. This is my representation of the inner fireplace. This was my mother's shirt, and it has a depiction of a cat curled up in the fireplace, feeling safe and warm and ready to live life to its fullest. So thank you for taking time to live a moment of life with me today in front of your inner fireplace and to be transformed through the miraculous power of love. Have a wonderful day.